Hello and welcome to Sacebuild for Beginners. Now, before we get started, you need to make sure that you have all the correct add-ons in the correct folders, which in this particular thread will be provided in detail. Now, to get started, you will notice when you first start, you have a tab called CAF, which stands for Custom Add-on Framework. In this tab, you will have everything you need when it comes to the Sacebuild add-on. You have separate different categories. Some you don't really need to worry about, but such things as resource distribution. This is where you get all of your tools for linking devices to each other and resource nodes. Now, to keep in mind, resource nodes such as these, everything in the game must be linked through resource nodes, whether it be generators, storage devices, or environmental controls. So, now that we have our resource node, let's go ahead and get started. Set this down on the ground. Now, one of the main things you will need to survive in space is oxygen, of course. Now, in order to get oxygen, you have a couple different ways. You could either use gas systems, which is here, which gas systems is a very unique way to get it because you can get oxygen from anywhere. There's no limit or no area or place you cannot get oxygen from with gas systems. Now, your other options are to either take oxygen from the planet you are currently on, or use H2O splitters and extract it from water. So the method I will be covering currently now is we're going to take the oxygen from the planet that we are currently on. And in order to do so, you're going to need a few things. So we're going to go to our generators and life support. First of all, in order to power our generators, you're going to need electricity. And one of the best ways to get it just extremely easily is through wind generators. So what we'll do is we'll spawn a wind generator here, and as you see, it's spinning. If you spawn a wind generator on a planet and it is not spinning, then you're not getting any energy. Now, in order to store this energy, we're going to need a battery of some sort. So we're going to go to storage devices and batteries right here, and there are different types of batteries. You've got very extremely small batteries all the way up to extremely large batteries. And as you can tell, see the energy level? 0 out of 3,600. This can hold a maximum of 3,600 of units worth of energy. Now the larger battery you can see is much, much greater. But really, size does not matter as long as what you're doing can keep up with demands. And especially if your ship is small, you definitely want to try to conserve space. So for now, we will go with the smaller batteries here. Now, in order to transfer the energy that the wind generator is creating to the battery, you have to link it through a resource node. So what we will do is we will use the Smart Link tool. Yeah, I'm sorry for those errors, by the way. I'm running in single player, so I need to tweak it a little bit. So just try to ignore that if you can. Now we need to link the wind generator and the battery, which you left click here. You left click the wind generator, the battery, the resource node, and then right click the resource node. And as you can see, this can also be used up as a display to show you your current resources. Now, see the wind generator, see the energy at which it outputs? As you can tell, it filled the battery like that extremely quickly, which is good. So now that we have our energy, we can now power oxygen compressors. Like stated before, we need oxygen in order to breathe in space. So let's get right here, again, life support, generators, oxygen compressors. Let's just go with a large one. And like before with energy, we're going to need some sort of storage. So let's go to life support, storage devices. Let's close batteries, and let's go for oxygen tanks. And we don't need one that's too overly large. So let's just go with something like this. Okay. Now again, what do? We've got to link it to the resource